Welcome to session 2 of Pursuing Excellence in Leadership. My name is Errol Williams, and again, thank you for registering to this leadership program. The focus of session 2 is entitled Looking Ahead or Vision. Looking Ahead or Vision. As leaders, it is imperative that we have clear vision or goals of where we are going. You see, the word leadership or to lead implies movement. It implies that you're taking people from one position to another. If you're a leader and you do not have a clear goal or clear vision of where you're going, the chances are you're wasting time, money, and a lot of effort. Allow me to share two powerful, inspirational thoughts with you today. The first one is taken from a king known as King Solomon. And this is what he had to say, and I quote, "Where there is no vision, the people perish, but happy are they that keep the law." What a powerful statement. What that is clearly saying is that if you don't have a vision as a leader, the chances are you won't be as productive as you'd like to be. You know, the second part of the statement, "they that keep the law, happy are they," is a very interesting point. You see, the law of gravity states that if every time I let this pen go, it's going to fall to the ground. You see, there are various laws in the universe: the law of sowing and reaping, the law of aerodynamics, so many different laws that governs this universe. And I want you to understand quite clearly what this statement really means when it talks about happy are they that keep the law. Because the first part says, where there is no vision, the people perish. In other words, they throw off restraint. There is no unity, there's no togetherness in terms of where the focus should be and where the people ought to be going. So, every time I let this pen go, it's going to fall to the ground. The law of gravity is in operation. Now, I want you to catch a statement. It's very, very important that you catch the statement I'm about to make. The law of the vision is, if you don't have one, you'll perish. It's a law within itself. If you don't have a clear goal of where you're going, the chances are you're disobeying that particular law of the vision, and you will pay the price. It's amazing to me how many leaders that are functioning for years but have no clear vision of where they're going. They have not looked into the future, looked way ahead into the future, and snatch, as it were, a clear vision of where they're going so they can take the people from stage A to wherever they're going. Leadership means to lead, it implies movement. Let me share with you the second thought. It's taken from a prophet called Habakkuk, and I want to read what he said. It said this. It says here, "Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." I have never been to a company anywhere in the world that did not have a clear vision of where it's going. I want to say this to you. Every company, major company, anywhere in the world, they have become as big as they are because they have followed various principles of leadership. One of them is that they have written down the vision, the goal, the objective of where they're going. They have made it quite clear to everyone that they employ that comes into the business what they stand for and what they're about to achieve. Every company, every major corporation, every major business, whether it be in sports, whether it be in education or business, whatever that industry, they have set clear goals and have written them down as to exactly where they're going in life. If you as a leader have not got a clear vision of where you're going, it will cause frustration. It will cause unhappiness. And people that are very, very good, powerful individuals, people with abilities, great potential, that could contribute greatly to your team, will become frustrated and leave you and go to someone else who has a clear vision of where they're going. It is very important that you have a clear vision, a clear goal of where you're going. Look into the future. Go way ahead of the people. Catch a glimpse of where you're going, where you want to take those individuals, then come back to them and communicate that vision. Make sure they agree with you, and then together you can go forward with great, great effectiveness. There is a statement which says, can two walk together unless they agree? There needs to be agreement with the vision so that you can have that flexibility and you can have that great communication among you, because everyone understands clearly where they're going. There are a few points I want to share with you with regards to making the vision very, very clear. The first point I want to share with you is on ownership. That's right, ownership. I just wanted to share this thought with you because I believe it's absolutely imperative that we understand that the vision needs to be owned by everyone involved in the team. Ownership. The vision that you wish to fulfill must be your own and not someone else's. No one must force you. When you set your own vision, you're more motivated to achieve it. I want to also say that those that you're leading need to own that vision. Even though the vision belongs to the leader, you need to make sure that everyone in your team own that particular vision. Very, very important. Very, very powerful point indeed. The second thought I want to share with you, as I've said before, is that you must make sure that the vision is written down. Write the vision. Make it clear, make it plain for everyone that is involved in the team. You must write down your vision clearly and be specific. If you have not written down your vision, it may be because you're not serious about it. As I've said before, and I will repeat myself, I've never been to a major organization that didn't have a clear written vision of where they're going. I believe this is one of the reasons why some of these major companies are as big as they are today, is because they have followed leadership principles that they have discovered along their journey. So make sure that it's written down. Make sure that people buy into that vision. Very, very important. The third point is that you must be patient. You must be patient. Fulfilling a vision takes time, effort, and money, and can be a frustrating experience. If you do not develop the inner ability to be patient, you may make hurried decisions, become stressed or depressed. Feelings of this nature will only result in you giving up. Do remember that you only fail when you give up. So be patient and wait, for it will become a reality. So many leaders set clear visions, but they weren't patient. They gave up along the way. Always remember this statement: a winner never quit, and a quitter never wins. So be patient and wait. Even if it takes you 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, you need to wait. Very, very important that you have patience along the way. Next point I want to say about your vision is that it needs to have a time scale. Very, very important that you have a time scale to the goal that you wish to achieve. Set a date and time by which this vision will be accomplished. If you fail to set a time scale, there are no boundaries within which to work, and therefore this can be achieved at any time. I remember once being in a management meeting where the leader of the meeting said to a manager, "Have you written the report I asked you for at the last meeting?" And the manager said, "No, I have not yet written the report." The leader asked, "Why not?" He said, "Because you didn't give me a time as to when you wanted it." And he was absolutely correct, even though I knew he was playing games with the leader. You need to give time scale. You need to give people deadlines as to when a thing should be achieved by. You need to set visions. You need to set goals. You need to set them, but you need to set timescale so that everyone is focused with where you're going and the time it will take to get there. Absolutely imperative.